Hey everybody, it's Crimson Rising. I'm going to do a Seraph weapon showcase or Seraph gear pink class, pink rarity showcase. I'm going to break down the guns for the first part. So what we have right here is a gun with the prefix of infection. So it may be a different variant, but it's always going to be infection. So you might have binary or anything, which is time to multiply. But let's break it down. This gun from the start, I would say it's pretty accurate for the most part. The damage on it is not too great, but the special unique part about this gun is the fact that the corrosion chance, the chance to corrode is extremely high, and the corrosion damage per second is very effective. So against loaders or something of the sort, anything that has armor, this will just like, okay, sit down, suck me, pretty much for the most part. I would say this is a pretty usable gun. It does pretty good like corrosion damage, but it's pretty weak. But I think the whole purpose of this gun is just to corrode an enemy, so I think it's perfectly fine. Okay, for our next gun, it's the Silcom Hawkeye. Okay, this gun I think is very good because for one, it has a pretty decent fire rate. The reload speed is not the best, but it's pretty decent for a sniper rifle, I would say. The magazine size is really good. It has a 50% weapon damage decrease, but it has a 580% critical hit increased damage on it. And it has an automatic zoom in it, so it has a 1.0 weapon zoom on it. I would say this gun is pretty good if you have pretty decent aim. I'm pretty sure you would. You can do massive damage to this gun because if you hit someone in the critical, you get an additional 580% damage stacked onto the initial damage, which is around 13k. So I would say this is a pretty good gun. The next gun is called the Potential Interfacer. What it is I think this is supposed to be like, if everyone is aware of the conference call, I think this is supposed to be like the new conference call. Okay, first up, I'm gonna say my opinion on this gun. I don't find it better than a conference call in any way, shape, or form. Maybe later on I will find something more better with this gun, but as of right now, I would just stick to a conference call, to be honest. Its magazine size is better, but the way this gun shoots seems pretty weird, and like yeah, it's pretty weird the way this gun shoots. So I'm not gonna lie. So at the end of the day, I would say it's decent, but if you have a conference call, I say stick with that. Okay. The next gun is the Leadstorm. The Leadstorm, I would say, is a pretty interesting gun. If you are into unique weapons within the game, there is a blue rarity gun within the game they get from Fink's Slaughterhouse called the Hail. The Hail is predominantly used with gauge players. If you are a gauge player, chances are you probably know what I'm talking about. The Hail, what it does is that it shoots in an arc. So the bullets rain down in the arc, and with the skill, let me go on my skill tree for a second. Close enough. Your bullets that hit walls or other objects have a chance to ricochet towards a nearby enemy. Ricochet bullets deal reduced damage. What would happen is that you would shoot this gun, and you see how this gun also arcs as well. Is that it would bounce off the floor and it would hit like an enemy. So it has a 50% chance of hitting an enemy. Since it shoots like a lot of rounds, well, then chances are you're gonna be hitting like a whole bunch of multiple enemies. But here's the thing: I would prefer the Hail over this gun. The reason being I would prefer the Hail over this gun is because the Hail, it's a Moxie gun, so it automatically has that initial hitting ability in its red text that damage is converted into health. So let's just say if you do X amount of damage, you would gain X amount of health. due to dealing damage with that gun, or just having the anytime you have the gun out, like you when you do damage, you would heal yourself. Okay, and also with a hail, it has like a multiplier of doing like critical hits, so I would prefer the hail over that as well. Next we have our relic, the new relic, Breath of the Seraphs. Bonus damage plus 27% and health regen per second, plus 5.2. I'm pretty sure this can go higher, but this is the one that I picked up at the Seraph vendor at the time. So what it does is that the red text is their return is to be feared. Grants bonus damage and health regeneration for a short time after killing an enemy to gain a second wing. I don't really see this as I don't really see this being used very often. It's like it's very optional. And plus it's only for like X amount of time. I'm assuming it's probably gonna be roughly around 5 seconds. So granting a bonus damage and health regeneration for a short time after killing an enemy after a second win, I don't really see it viable very often. So I would say skip this. Or if you're like a connoisseur like me, just want to collect everything, I say go for it. But this is Crimson Rising, and signing out.